Hello, welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and if this sign is your sun, moon, or rising, this is your reading. And I really want to thank you all for your likes, shares, and subscribes. You all matter so much to me. Thank you. And if this particular reading resonates with you, I would love for you to consider subscribing to the channel. All right, Scorpio. So yeah, indeed, we have the next week of October in front of us. We're talking about the 5th through the 11th. I have the 3 cards in front of me, and I have a guiding card for you right now. We have the Queen of Pentacles, all about how mastering your finances in a really nice way this month. There's feminine energy to the mix. It's beautiful. It's lovely. The Queen of Pentacles cares about money, but not so much that she's like willing to do the dirty work, right? She usually bears the brunt of whatever the King of Pentacles does for money, okay? So keep that in mind as you realize who you are, where you're at, and what's going on. But there's always some feeling and emotion in the mix, and you can pay attention to what that feeling is for you, okay? And yeah, manage the money stuff, all right? Cool. So we have the 3 cards. Let's go ahead and look at, no, we're not going to look at the cards, just, so it's important that we talk about the messages from my better angels. My better angels are going to talk about how the month of October is all about keeping our manageable projects, right? Keeping our projects manageable and in small doses so that we can go start to finish within a week or so, and then have it all cleaned up for the weekend. And then we'll enjoy the weekend and then come back and do another batch of it. So if you wanted to do your bedroom by painting all the walls and do it in 1 week, 1 wall at a time, that would be the key. It's like pull everything over to the side of one wall, do the one wall, tape it, paint it, let it dry. Woohoo! Okay, peel the tape. Shh. Now put everything back. Ta-da! Small project, 1 week. Cool. Now then, you have a nice weekend. Everything is good. Now you turn around and then you do the next wall. That way you're doing them 1 wall at a time, and it's not a huge ordeal, and it's not upsetting the entire apple cart. Okay? This is a good idea. So let's now talk about the other message from my better angels. My better angels are talking about how it's important for us to be aware that we have people making us a little nuts, right? And so instead of letting them make us crazy, we want to find a way to look at them with compassion by making up a story maybe that makes it seem less crazy, right? So the answer will be in how we do that, and how we do that will be, what story do you tell, right? So if your neighbor's bringing his dog past your yard and he's pooping all the time and never does anything about it, you go, so yeah, he broke his back or something. Yeah, that's it. And he can't bend over to touch his toes anymore when he's standing. So because of that, he can't pick up after his dog. So I can compassionately now do him a solid and pick up the poop, and it'll be fine. And that way you've made peace for yourself with the situation. It has nothing to do with him, and you don't have to talk to him, and you never tell anyone the story, okay? So you can see how the game could be played, and you can do that with all kinds of different situations, all right? So let's go ahead and get into the cards now. All right, 3 cards in front of us. Here's this beautiful Mythic Tarot. We're going to use it to get a guiding card for you. Where is your guiding card? Oh, it's right here. All right. It's not the guiding card. It's a mystery card. Ta-da! There we go. It's a mystery. All right, so let's go ahead and use some of these Tarot of the Abyss to go a little deeper on this particular reading. All right, yes, so we're going to talk now about 5th through the 11th, and the 7 of Wands is where we're at. We are wanting to get things going and rallying the troops to what we want to do. We want everyone to hear our ideas and be on board with it. But doing it all at once is going to be a terrible plan. They'll all have too many things to say no, and then everybody will say no because they're on board with everybody else's concerns. So talk to them one at a time. Everybody will not hear each other's little baby concerns. What about my parking? What about the coffee? Blah, blah, blah. All these are silly concerns that have nothing to do with the situation. And one by one, you'll win them over. All right? It's good. Very smart plan. We have the Queen of Wands. There's a lady of like mind, very down to earth and easygoing, who gets what you're going through, sees you, understands you, and wants to support you in the process. So you have a supporter, which is super cool. That's going to be very handy at this time. All right? Let this person be supportive. Let this person chat you up. Let this person be friendly and kind and helpful. Ooh, you got the Empress too. Very fun. So the Empress is here letting me know that you can wish for whatever you need to and it will come to you serendipitously. So you're like, man, I really wish we had some sports equipment for hanging out with those kids out there in the yard so I don't got to have just the 2 balls that I have from home, one of which is pretty much flat. And then, you know, like, what about some games? Some board games would be great to have for the kids to play with when they're done with their homework. That way they can interact without having to run around and get sweaty. And that's cool. So you'll put that energy out in the universe, and those things are going to come to you. And you're like, and what about snacks for the kids? Because, boy, they never, ever stop thinking about eating, especially after school. So you'll think about snacks, and somebody will find a way to donate snacks for the kids, and it will help. Everything will come together. Like the PTA kids will be like, parents will be like, wait, we have snacks left over from the when we had that little sale thing and we don't need them anymore, we'll donate them to your situation. And in the end, you're going to be taken care of. You're going to have everything you needed. You did it freelance last week, right? Last week you were having to do everything freelance on your own. And this week, the supporters come in. Super cool. Yeah, no worries. Don't be afraid. This is the Two of Swords showing me that you're a little nervous about all this. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do with all this? Okay, it's okay. Your car will handle it. You will handle it. They might give you a closet. If you tell the universe you need a closet, they'll give you a closet to put all your stuff in. You'll be like, what? How do I accomplish this? I mean, they even give me a wheelie cart so that I can have snacks on 2 shelves and games on the top shelf. Oh my God. I can roll it all out and take care of everybody, and this is crazy. So you're being taken care of. The only thing blocking you right now is you, so be careful about that. Not being 100% in charge. Somehow somebody is going to be wandering around saying that they are going to be more in charge of the situation, which is hilarious, but they're not there. So you'll have somebody wanting to take credit for all this. Be aware of it and be prepared on how you handle it, okay? Now, the Six of Pentacles is here, and the Six of Pentacles is showing that there won't be a lot of extra cash, right? We were talking about how you weren't going to have a lot of extra money, and you don't. There is no extra money right now. You're blocked from extra funding, and you don't need it, though, because like the PE guy gave you stuff you needed, the PTA gave you snacks, and some parent donated a bunch of games. So everything is cool. Everything is getting taken care of without you having to do out-of-pocket stuff, and you don't have to worry so much about the money because, you know, there isn't any money, but this person's going to claim like, oh, I did all that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hooey. 4 of Pentacles as your solution, showing that your finances are getting more squared away. You're figuring out how to handle this without breaking your own budget. You're finding ways and means to do it on the cheap, and it's working. It's working. What? I know, success. Strange little bits of success are happening, and it's lovely. Knight of Wands, showing that you need to stand up for your ideas, stand up for what you want, and let the I want to be the boss person know what you're working towards. And it's fine. I think that they won't care. They're just like, you are working towards helping in such a nice way that the reason the PTA is all on board is because their kids are getting smarter and better grades. Good heavens. 7 of Cups. You will be given a distracting concept situation. You will have options and possibilities. Somebody may be fighting for your ideas. Here's what you're doing because this person over here is going to try and distract you with all these options and possibilities. Not all options and possibilities are bad. If they're going toward your dreams and goals, figure out what you want, what you need, and where you want to go, and look at all the options. You're like, okay, how many of these are going there? So maybe 4 out of the 7 are going where you want to go. You're like, okay, cool. Okay, so the other 3 can go. Poof, right? You just let them go, and you're not worried about them. Now you look at the ones that are expiring first of the 4 options that are going where you want to go. And you're like, okay, so I'll take care of these 2 right away. Let's do that. And the other 2 you can put in your back pocket for later. And that way you're not giving up any of these options. But I do see that this person may be giving you these options as a distraction so that they can take more claim for what you're doing in the after school project, and how you've created what you needed with nothing. So just document what's going on and make sure that you're taking care of yourself and other people are noticing without it having to be, the PTA isn't going to be claiming that they're doing all this. They're going to want their credit for what they did do, but they're also going to be really appreciative of what you've accomplished. So you have other avenues to reach out to and to work through, and it's going to be really cool. I think that you have a lot going on here, okay? Don't be mad, don't be upset. I think it's going to be great. All right, so options show up when you're quite magical and capable. So I think that's more what's happening. Let's get you a Moon Oracle card. Which one is for you, Scorpio, on the fabulous week of the 5th through the 11th? All right. Sometimes it's just the one sticking out. All right. So, tranquility. Ah, yes. A goal, a concept, an idea. Some people are very comfortable in chaos. Other people, not so much. It's important to figure out who you are and what you like and what matters to you. And if you're very capable and able and really enjoying the mayhem, then you might thrive in mayhem, which is super cool because not everybody can do it. Okay, that's a saleable skill. But also you'll find that there's other people who just can't do any of it, and they're like, I need to work in the library where it's kind of quiet and chill. I just can't do all the crazy. So be aware of what that is for you. You might be tranquil under pressure too. So think it through, come up with a plan, figure out what you want, and work on it. Okay? Cool. What's your mystery card? All right. Scorpio, you have the 6 of Cups. Haha. The 6 of Cups is sharing from your heart. So when you're talking to people about what you're doing and how you're working it through and what you're trying to do, share it from your heart, not from the collegiate analytical side of your brain, like, oh, this is what I'm doing and and this is what I'm working on. It's, I'm taking care of these kids after school and I really want them to have a good experience in this situation, and I'm really trying so hard. It hurts my heart to see them not sitting around the tables hungry. It also hurts my heart to see them playing with my flat football and one baseball, which is just not enough for the 18 kids who are doing their physical activity at the time. It's crazy. And playing with my board games. My board games are a little too advanced for them. So, I'm having to teach them how to play Scrabble and other things, and it's a lot. So you're sharing from your heart, your experience, and that's when the donations come in, right? People come in and they say, hey, I've got these lesser games for different age groups that'll be a little bit more fun for them. You can keep the other ones for the older kids, but this will be good for the younger kids, and presto changeo, you're on your way. It's going to be great. So share from your heart. People will hear you and understand what you're doing and want to help. So small things. People always have stuff laying around that they can donate to the cause, and it's a good thing. All right? Excellent. So let's get you a pocket full of rocks, all right? What do we got over here? Ah, goldstone, tiger eye, and charoite. Haha, perfect. Nice. So we have goldstone. Goldstone's a second chakra stone, and it's all about taking what your heart is dreaming up and making it physical in the universe. So this is very much about what you're doing and how you're doing it and how you're creating in physical form what your heart's been dreaming up. And I love that for you because you are indeed doing some physical activities that are creating, I mean, you could be building shelves, you could be building a bed, you could be building a beautiful after-school program. Whatever it is, it's coming together in a beautiful way, all right? Nicely done. I think that's the Empress at work, right? Charoite's back. A sixth chakra stone. When you meditate with it on your third eye, it really helps you see your connections to the universe and who all the people that you're in your world right now, and what the connections are. If they're good or they're bad, you can tell the meditation that you want it to be color coded for good, bad, or indifferent, red, yellow, or green. You know what I mean? Figure it out. Decide for yourself, and then when you do the meditation, it'll all come through exactly the way you need it to, so you can tell who's who and what's good for you and what's not, okay? Who's being authentic for you and who's not, okay? This will be educational for you as you're dealing with all these different humans and people, especially the one who gives you so many choices. Make sure about what's going on there, and if they're good choices or bad choices, you can go ahead and look at them and color code them as well, okay? So that's very cool. Tiger Eye is here, and it's a seventh chakra stone, and it's all about putting this under your pillow or at the top of your head when you're meditating, and it will help you hear the voices from your guides and your angels, all right? And they will be able to communicate with you more clearly if you introduce yourself, etc., and allow them to communicate with you. They will help you figure out where you're going, what you're doing, and what's happening, all right? So those goals will come in clearer for you at that time, all right? Excellent. So we're going to set these stones down right here. All right, Scorpio. My goodness, what a week. All right, I really like how it all turned out. People are like, hey, we'll all show up for you. Da-da-da-da. And they're bringing the snacks, they're bringing the stuff, they're bringing what you need, and even a place to store it all so you don't have to smash it all in your car. Excellent. You deserve this. You deserve to have people show up for you. Be open to receiving. I know it can be scary. You're like, what do I need to give in return? Nothing. Sometimes they just want to give it and be done with it, right? So it's good. And when it's time, it'll all be taken care of, okay? So be good, be right, be careful, and be open to receive, all right? So if you haven't checked the description box below, there's a lot of things going on down there. Ways and means to get a private reading from me over the phone. You can find a link for that if you don't want to come out to a fair. There's my schedule, where I'll be, when I'll be on the calendar, and that will be super cool because then you will be able to come out to the fair and see me in person and get a reading from me right there. All right, a face-to-face. Nice. The other thing you'll find is a list of all the decks that I'm using that you can get on Amazon or Etsy, and that will be very helpful. All right. Now then, you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to, but if you want to carry those rocks or any other rocks and you want to talk about it, comment below. Let me know what you got because I'm here for it. All right. I do want to thank you all for your likes, shares, and subscribes. You all matter very much to me, and I do look forward to seeing you next week when we're talking about the 12th through the 18th. All right. Thanks so much. We'll see you then.